Yes, today we're going to be talking about query, and as you can read in here, what query is a function that takes one argument and returns a function where requires one argument until all the arguments of the original function is satisfied. So it sounds a little bit confusing, but it's pretty straightforward. We're going to dive into some short, quick demo of how to do that. So let's say we want to write a first function as a query function. So this query is going to output who I am. So let's see if we do something like who am I, right? And what this is going to be equal is this is going to take the name, and then it's going to return that and resolve it, and then it's going to take field, resolve that, and then location, resolve that as well. And then once you have all that, we can actually do something. We can do something with all the stuff that we actually get it back. So in this case, we can do something like field, and then from the location, right? So this is a simple query function, and as you can see, it takes multiple arguments and resolve them, and then gonna give you a final output. So how will you use that? So right now, if I do something like this, and oops, right. So first I say who I am, right, and then I'm gonna pass my name. And then the second one is gonna be the field. And then the third on the list would be my location. So now if I run this, you can see that it's creating a string that reads Liccy Fuentes is a front-end developer from Florida. And the pretty cool thing about this is that you can actually create others, and you can actually call them like this. So the first, you define the first in here, then you can actually use it here. Get rid of all this. And if I run this again, still return the same stuff. You can even create a second one. And what makes it really cool about this is that you can imagine you have a function that has to do, oops, first run this, and it still works. So you can actually have do some stuff in here, and then obviously towards the end of the day, this function would not resolve until all the argument is satisfied, as mentioned before. And all the things that you can actually do is that you can actually convert any function that you have into a query function. For example, if we do something like x and y, something really silly for now, doesn't matter, and then the only thing that it's going to return is the sum of a plus y. So right now, if I do this, sorry, I had to name it, of course, and then if I do it 1, 2, you run that, you see it's gonna get number 3. So let's just doing this up for now. So it's gonna get number 3. So now let's say you inherit some code that has this amount of all this type of functions all throughout the code, but you want to convert it into query functions. In order to do that, you can actually declare a simple query helper within your code, or you can actually use Lodash. I believe Lodash already has something built, one of those methods that allow you to do query that pretty much runs like this. You create your function, let's call it query, and then it's gonna take and then it's going to have some arguments. Then it's just going to return the 2, 2. So if I now take, oops, typo, sorry about that. So now if I take this query and what I do, I can actually create an instance of my test that will be a query that will be equals to my add function, but instead of passing two arguments to it, is going to be, so my query function is going to take the add function by itself and then number 5. So instead of defining the add function with two arguments, I can do something like this. And then as I was doing before, within here, I can say test. It's going to be, just make it the same as before to make sense. So now if I run it, you see that still return the self result, but you converted it, you pretty much convert this function into a query function just by passing your function inside of this query helper that we just created. And that's pretty much it.